Welcome back to another episode of Two Guys, Two Marks. Today we continue with part 2 of such a salacious topic, dating and relationships. It's your boy Dan.
And this is your boy Mike.
So we're gonna get into it.
Alright, for me, alright. And I'm going to use an example. So, as I say, using my Jamaican culture.
Mm-hmm.
So back then, you'd have seen the person.
Yeah.
And hung out a few times.
Yeah.
And then, like a matter of about 4 weeks. 4 weeks? You are now in a relationship, right?
No.
So for me,
Not
you can
right.
say a few weeks. I'm using, so this would have been back then.
But no.
Right?
No.
Now I have had a situation where, when I say no, I mean more recent.
Okay.
I've had a situation where I dated for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And this was me actively trying to, break that, what do you call it? That pattern that I had
The
before.
cycle.
The cycle of seeing, believing, and relationshiping. Right? So for me, I was actively now saying, seeing, dating, getting to know for the 6 months.
Right. Okay.
And I did that for the 6 months, and then afterwards, a part of me felt I should have known before 6 months that whether it makes sense for me to invest in this or not, or just call it quits. But I was just hoping like things would change.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
You see, for me, that's why I said it's not necessarily about time. It's about the feeling. In order for me, and I'm not a quick person when it comes to the initial stages of the relationship.
Right.
I am not an emotional person when it comes to the initial stages of the relationship. I can be a yamid after that point and become emotionally invested in the relationship.
Emotionally young. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah, right, that's so. However, for me, I have to get to the point where I feel a certain type of way. Like, I yearn to message you, I yearn to see you. I don't get butterflies. Never have.
Been in love then?
I have been, but I'm not about.
Have you ever been?
No.
You can touch the moonlight.
No, bro.
You never had the butterfly feelings?
Not really. Unless like we're gonna break up, then you start feel like maybe a worm.
That explains why you don't feel the wrong thing.
No, but like I don't miss people easily. So when it gets to the point where I feel like I miss you, like I really want to see you, and missing you is starting to become more frequent.
Right.
Then
Do you pull back or do you still continue investing? Because a lot of people, we're afraid of emotion today.
I'll lean into it,
man.
Considering where you say we are at.
Yeah, the side of us where we're missing, like I want to see you. Yes, I saw you
But
yesterday.
fear.
I don't care. But then me, I say, hey, do you want to grab coffee today? It's like you don't want to see him weak. You don't want to express that you miss.
The people them who you ever watch them movie and the people them who truly like them type the first thing what them feel and then them delete and then them delete again.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not one of those persons. I'm gonna be direct.
Would you say you wear your emotions on your sleeves?
No.
They're on your forehead.
Maybe that's all.
Right. Yeah, right.
On my forehead
Mhm.
is where I wear those emotions.
Not necessarily a good place to wear it.
Nope. Cause if me annoyed in the relationship, it not necessarily I go show how my forehead, but it might show it on my actions. And I feel like that is never a good.
But how do you prevent you from being annoyed? So, because we know relationship can go AY at any point in time. Because remember, in the initial phase, it's all dandy, right? And I strongly believe in multiple selves. I believe we all have different selves. And the self that the self that people tend to portray in this initial dating phase is not the true self. My belief.
That for me, I've seen different versions of
Because I
myself.
can't tie my shoes this. But not tell someone I can't tie my shoes this in the first 6 months.
Why?
Not even the 6 months. The first 4 weeks.
That means
It's one day we have the road and your shoes list. I go pull and you ask me to tie it, and then.
But the relationship, if this is, would you intentionally like hold it back, versus it just not being something that was discussed?
No, so
There's a difference, because going
Yeah.
into the conversation or whatever in the dating situation or the relationship situation, and the conversation comes up and you say one thing, but then the reality is a different thing, versus it has never come up before and you've not led with that foot.
No, I'm talking about the conversation comes up. You're having the conversation. As a matter of fact, it's not, you don't even have to have the conversation. Some of the time, it's just something attaching to the conversation happens, and it's how you react or how you respond to that particular thing. So you and I are not necessarily talking about whether or not you like trees. We just say, we say trees come up somewhere, and it's how you react about the trees. And a lot of people will just find it, say, in the first couple months, bro, you're telling me the stuff that you know I want to hear. You're doing the stuff that you know I want to be done, and then in a matter of 3-4 weeks, that's not you. That like you don't even did like trees to begin with.
Okay.
Because there's nobody out there who's going to meet somebody, and let me not say nobody, because there are people now who are actually saying, this is me, and
Take it or leave it.
Right? Which is also fine, to an extent.
Well, me right now, I did take it or leave it guy.
Because a lot of people feel like, oh, I saw this stay, you have to go work with it.
No.
Hello?
So there's two sides to this. The take it or leave it, or this is me, you have to work with it kind of people. For me personally, that not gonna work. And the person that I am today, and I'm not talking about the part where you present one whole fake self just for land the person where you want to land.
Right.
I'm talking about the person that I am today.
Which
That is not going to be the same person tomorrow, because every day you learn something new that changes who you are. Because even though it might be a subconscious decision, it's a decision nonetheless, because what you've learned influences your personality, changes your perception, and recreates the outlook that you now have on life.
But that's different.
No.
In a sense, no, different. No, I agree with you. No, I agree with you, but that's different from me actively just not showing you the true me, as opposed to people evolving,
and growing,
which is expected. But when you lie about who you are in the first place,
I don't agree with that. If you lie about who you are in the first place, then I cannot trust who you will be.
I don't.
Exactly. That's not the person you are dating.
As opposed to, I can say, oh my gosh, Daniel, I can see that you're evolving. Because that's we welcome evolution, and we welcome changes. But when you are changed to your true self,
that's the problem, because your true self was not the person that I was getting
because
to.
it should have been, if I met your true self, it's up to me to decide if I want to work with your true self.
Yeah, but when you come now and all of a sudden, me, I'm not the jealous type. Me, I love monogamy. Me, and then all of a sudden tomorrow, let's do this open relationship.
Yeah, man.
I've always loved open relationship. Then who was the monogamous person before?
Open relationship?
Yeah.
You believe in an open relationship?
Me, that hypothetically speaking. Hypothetically speaking, for this scenario, this case study,
Tell the people that.
me, I'm a monogamous person.
So why you smile?
Because of what you said earlier, like it's so funny to me that you'd even bring that up on the podcast.
For me, let me answer my question. I don't believe in it.
What, monogamy?
In an open relationship.
Why you laugh?
In the sense that a lot of people are of the belief that after 10 years and after whatever, you have to explore. Because what else is there? Mind you, give me the 10 years to figure you out, because the people who wanted an open relationship in the first year, 6 months, three months, I don't even know you.
Okay, right, that's
You
all.
didn't even spend the time to get to know me. You're tired of me in 6 months?
Okay.
Then open somewhere else.
No, but then you have to...
No, I said, as in go bring that somewhere else. No, I don't. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, that me I talk about too. The people them will say, oh, after 10 years you're boring. That's because they do the same exact thing for 10 years.
Come out of the bed.
Try a cane piece. Try a field. Try a river.
A grill.
Try a grill. Like, you know, role play. Role play. Be a nurse. Be a doctor.
Floor against wall.
Yeah. Be abused a little bit.
What?
Role playing.
We do not condone abuse on this podcast.
We do not condone real violence.
Not
But-
even play. Because there's nothing got down part 2 at our back, damage our spine. No.
Fracture vocal cords.
Because someone don't know if you do the things them sexually in a one good way.
You know?
Should I pan slap the to support you?
Broken ribs.
You know what? For you though, what are some of the things that you're not compromising on this in a relationship? So essentially, these are the things that makes a good relationship for you. Tell us the thing that you're not compromise on.
Communication. So openness and communication. Like those two things. Like you have to be in a place where if you're not going to be vulnerable with your partner, then who are you going to be vulnerable with? Like you need to be able to effectively emote what your challenges are, emote what your apprehensions are, and also communicate through those circumstances where you're going to say, I'm not really comfortable with this, but I think this could be okay if we do it this way.
But a lot of people, I find that a lot of people who, not saying you, a lot of people who, they want the openness and they want the community, them can't manage it.
Well,
Them cannot manage it.
that means that them truly don't want the openness. And this is what you need to do. You need to be understanding, one, not of your partner, but understanding of yourself.
For me,
First,
the first
before
thing is
you
to-
go into a
when you understand
relationship.
your partner, I think the first thing that you have to create a safe space.
Yep, definitely.
You have to create a safe space, and with this safe space, you would have established boundaries,
Okay.
right? Boundaries in the sense, just like if you're building a house and if you're on a plot of land that is shared, you know where you cannot go and where you can go before you even build your house. You feel me? So before you go set up the relationship on the dolly house, you would have created a safe space and you'd have created your boundaries. So openness and communication, me they don't tell you from day one, say, me not like green leaf. Don't come tell me, oh, me not open-minded 6 years after because I still not like green leaf. You didn't know from day one, me never like green leaf.
And that's fair. But what about you saying now that you know like green leaf and something happened to you in your life because you grow
And I
and
don't like green
change
leaf?
and you know like green leaf?
No, that's different because now I should be able, because this is no longer on you as an opposite person. It's on me now to say, hey, you know what? I didn't like green leaf, but I think, you know, I kind of did my research and I appreciate green leaf.
Yeah, but the two did agree. Say two other boundaries are green leaf.
Yeah, so this no means that me ever now push upon you green leaf, you know, because of my evolution, you know. I never push upon you, but I am supposed to make it known that I no longer dislike or despise green leaf. Nah, say everything about we know moving forward is going to be green leaf, because maybe all these years you'd have understood the fact that I don't like green leaf and you would have built your level of tolerance around that. So
Okay.
I'm not just expect you to say, yeah man, you like green leaf today? Alright. Now kill me green leaf tomorrow. No, I'm not really expect you to just change with me, so.
Okay.
Probably take your time. Probably you probably don't even like, you know, go the direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
So set the boundaries and the safe space from day one. Right?
Okay.
Yeah man.
Respect that.
Facts. Because apart from communication is a hell of, you know what?
It's a big thing. That is one of the biggest things
Because
in
you
a
have to
relationship.
consider over communication and under communication, right? In the sense that I remember when I was in a relationship, when I tell you say we text morning, noon, and night and call and like right throughout the day. To us, that was perfect. That's what
Yeah,
we
but
wanted.
that's the thing. That worked for the two of them.
Right. So, and this is, I think, that affects all my other relationships.
Because you feel like that's a standard.
So it's a standard. It's something that I liked, where I don't have to, yo, I'm not hear from you all day. As in, given, because remember there are situations where you understand why you don't hear from the person all day.
Yeah.
But I say, they are not situations. But the people them 3-4 days, all they get is a hey, you okay? Yeah, you? I'm good.
Well,
That can't work.
there's a difference.
I mean, I come from a situation where you tell me, say, you walk on the road and you buck your toe.
Okay,
And me told you laugh about that?
for me, that's over communication.
No, I'm like,
Like me don't want to know everything about your day.
Go on.
Especially if me go see you later in the evening, you don't tell me everything what happened about your day already. So what we gonna discuss now?
no more.
We're gonna go back go relive everything what happened in the day?
Because
No. No.
I probably tell you something about my toe
Yeah.
by message or text or whatever. I'm come home and I want to
You
tell you.
say you buck your toe.
Yeah. Put on back all the same shoes and do it, make you see.
I'm an idiot. Don't sign me up.
My love kill more the communication because it builds this level of, because you create this atmosphere where I can come tell you every and anything, which is what I want. So when you come on to the serious thing then, you're supposed to can come tell me the serious thing
True.
the same way.
So-
Because you know from the get go, say I'm not gonna judge you, I'm not gonna pray in a way. Because we build this level of relationship based on our communication. We have to talk the things then.
So me want the atmosphere, but that don't mean say you need to come tell me. I want the atmosphere of openness.
You don't want them, we just want the manual and you look on the table of content and you
Yeah.
say, okay, the part here, and you skip the 60 page.
Yup. I me that. Me that. Me why you for understand sir. Me can come tell you anything.
You know what
You
the
can
message
come
is, hey,
tell
Daniel,
me anything.
I just woke up.
Me no want
I
that.
have my coffee now.
No.
Send me a picture of the coffee. Hey Daniel, I'm heading to work.
That's the worst. No send me no emoji, no send me no image. Me no want to see it.
Bro,
If you are telling me, hey, I just woke up and you send me one picture here in the bed, and then having my breakfast now, and then taking a shower,
no.
I'm not that guy. I am not that guy.
I want
Send me
to-
one text message and say, hey, I just woke up. Cool. Me too. Send me one message and say, okay, I'm gonna have breakfast. Oh my God, you gotta send me one. I'm about to make breakfast. Pot past stove. I'm going to the fridge for the egg. No.
You want that?
No. That's what your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, your MySpace, your
No, because
tag.
you know the worst
That's
part?
what your high five is for.
The worst part, I did when you scroll up on Instagram and then you see the breakfast and you say, but I never know something for breakfast.
I like me, I double tap that shit and keep it moving.
No, as in, no. That's me. Those are the little things.
No.
Just I understand to some people it might seem as over communication, but for me it's a little thing because like you have to find things to talk about and me not talk about
That
because
sound like you
you're not-
manufacture
no,
things to
that's
talk
what I'm
about.
gonna say. You're not gonna force because in that relationship that I'm making reference to, it was natural. So again, it depends on how the relationship was formed and how it how it progressed from there.
Absolutely.
So to us, it was very natural. Like, and that's you're like, yo, I'm gonna hear. So that's how you would pinpoint that yo, something is off. I don't hear from you for the whole day.
Okay.
What's wrong? Are you okay? You know, and then we can get into the different situations whether you were busy or you just didn't want to talk. Or...
Fair.
Yeah, man. Kill me with the emoji. Them. You want to hear about the highlights?
Yeah. Give me a highlight.
So you don't want to hear about the low points?
Yeah, the highlight here there could be a low point. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have because it happened to you.
Right.
A highlight of your day are the things that happen throughout your day.
You don't want to know the events that lead up to the highlight.
Not necessarily. No.
But sometimes the juice is
I don't care. I don't care. Like if you okay, so now you have one client and the client really try your patience and you feel like you're emotionally drained, you're exhausted. Shoot me a text or a voice note or just call me and say, you need that emotional support, I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna pick up the phone, I'm gonna talk you through it, I'm gonna let you vent, I'm gonna listen to you vent, and I know that's what you need in that moment. I will be there for you.
Right.
But I do not necessarily need to see all of the little click, 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 point A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. No, sorry.
The only time I don't want all of that, or we argue.
Me not, at that time, the want you to send me all that is them coming if you know why you're upset.
No, I don't want that. You talk about the paragraph then? I don't want that.
Me not like paragraph either.
And all of a sudden, everybody turn recording artist. 43 minutes voice note. I don't want that.
You see? You see what you're talking about? You only want the good things them. The things that want to make you.
Because even on a good day, I don't want a 3 minute voice note.
You know what I mean? Like the 10 message them, we could have combined in a one message.
No, tell me the 10 message them because my attention span is.
No. Hey, just woke up. How is your day going? A one sentence.
I mean, come
so
on,
then you're gonna get,
active.
hey, just woke up.
But that's you being deliberate.
How is your day going?
No. I know somebody like that.
10 message. 3 words. How you fit 3 words in a 10 different message?
One of the next thing for me that fuels a good relationship is, I guess, support and encouragement. In the sense that, and again, a lot of people feel, and it brings me back to the level of honesty.
Yeah.
Because how am I going to encourage you with or in or through something that I just, no matter what is me hell bent, me not really, it's not my forte, me not like it, me not business, me not care about it, me not have no feelings towards it. How am I going to genuinely encourage you?
Okay, so this is the thing. People have their passions.
Right.
And even if it's not something that you are passionate about,
Right.
that person that you're in a relationship with should be your passion. So that's the common goal that you're going
Stop
to
being
use.
all hallmarky.
What do you mean by stop being hallmarky?
Because this person's passion is to kill people.
Maybe encourage your passion. Because
You can kill today better than you did yesterday.
as long as you don't kill me. You know what I'm saying?
But just as, don't get me wrong, you know. Do not get me wrong. There are situations that your likings will be different or your passion will be different and that's different. But in the sense that, but you know what? It's probably also okay that you're not, sometimes you're not the person to provide the support or the
Oh, that's true. Knowing when to step back.
Sometimes you are not, and it doesn't mean that you don't love or you're not encouraging, but sometimes you just cannot provide the level.
But that's my thing. It's about being honest. So you don't know about the area that they're
Right.
trying to venture in.
Yeah.
It's not for you to say, oh, do this, do this,
Right.
do this, do this. You can say, okay,
Help
if
to
that's
find
what you want to
first.
do, there we go.
Yeah.
So that's the support and that's the encouragement.
That's right.
It doesn't have to be you, but it could be someone else that you've brought in as a source or whatever.
Sure.
Oh, you like this? Okay, no worries. You know, I know someone who
But
they
people
can give you the
break up
advice.
for that, you know. But we're gonna talk about them too, because some things that people break up for, as opposed to just understanding that, hey, you know what, I love you, but I'm just not the person to help you with that area. Let us
Right
discover
there.
the other options, as
Yeah.
opposed to be like, just don't do it, and then the person won't do it, and then they'll cause this whole rift, and then
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
But you have to know you should provide that encouragement in whatever area that you can.
Yep.
And it's also okay to say, hey, I'm not the person to support you in this area. Let's say let's, meaning you and them, not just go find somebody else.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
And then again, life changes because
That's a big one.
with life, but okay, life changes in the sense that because now this are gonna bring in that life changes can either make the relationship, you know,
Or break the relationship.
you feel me? Because, and again, when I talk about the life changes where people evolve, but evolution can be a problem.
You don't have to tell me that.
Evolution
twice.
can be a problem
It's true.
because what if all of a sudden you decide, say, you need to be in tune with your emotion, and this person's like, why are you so emotional?
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden you're just emotional.
Like, what if them like the stability of you not being emotional?
Toxic.
And now all of a sudden it's a
like,
flip.
I like when you're a mess. Why are you all of a sudden so you have it put together? That's not working for me. Like, that's not the person I fell in love with.
Oh my god, I like that you're jealous. It keeps me on the right track. All of a sudden I'm a whore tomorrow.
You know, it's like, hey, yeah, some people love, hey, toxic relationship.
I have a friend that once told me that them like when them fight. I'm like when them get thumping at them eye. All these things. And I'm like, the abuse.
Yeah, I mean, like when other things and you go,
No, big punch in the eye, bust out wall. Like, fight me. Why you stand up? Fight me.
or them actively do the things to get the partner angry, and
Yes,
I can see that being a turn on.
because them like the makeup part of it.
My mother was just something. I don't know why I'm something. Where are the people thinking for? Hello.
Listen,
No, that's
but
not,
tell
that's
you
not,
right
that's
now.
not right.
No, but you have some people who are just toxic that are just them trait, and you can't do nothing about it.
But, okay, a toxic relationship versus a good relationship, because and a toxic
I feel like every relationship has some toxicity.
every relationship toxic.
Every relationship
Love toxic.
have some level of toxicity in it. The question is, are you able to have a healthy balance
Turn
of toxicity?
into positivity.
Yeah. Versus you just a walk around in an acid every day. Like you can't live your life
There
like
are
that.
people out there who they actively seek, the highest level of toxicity in a relationship.
Yeah, we can't do
Because
them
if
person.
there's no.
We didn't know one like that.
Oh,
my God.
you were toxic?
No, I was in a
But if you were in a toxic relationship, you must have been contributing some level of toxicity.
No, I was the sober one.
Or you were sober.
That was
You're
being-
always the sober.
That was being toxicified.
You always are the sober one. Stop! Don't tell the people that no lie.
I've been honest with these people, and I've hear me say me had a problem.
I've been told I was toxic,
I was the sober one in that
but
relationship.
you were toxic in the others.
No, I was toxic in a few others.
Fair enough.
Yeah, me can't own my problems. I don't have a problem
I'm
owning
not
them.
toxic, so I don't know what to talk about. I'm not toxic. I'm just toxic. And stop
If
talking
everybody
about
else in their life I tell you say you're toxic, then maybe you are the blind person. What can you say you're toxic?
I am not toxic. I may sometimes display toxic
Traits. Okay. Have you ever tried, like, you have the perfect friendship and then you decided to try a relationship and it's just toxic? So people can be amazing at a certain level and toxic in another level.
Friends should be friends, but no.
I disagree with that.
No. I retract that statement. Actually, I don't retract it fully, because there are some friends that should remain as friends.
Yup.
Don't cross it.
Yes.
Do not cross it. But then you have those that these great friendships that, like, what do you call it, transition to the best relationships.
Absolutely.
Right?
And they work.
But what do you think about the friend them where, like, do things and then them
Mash up the friendship?
and then go in a relationship?
That nothing happen.
Nothing happen. So what about the friends them where do things and then just do things, but then don't transition to a relationship?
That also nothing happen, because for a lot of people, they can't go back. So, they can't get them snap back.
The songbooks once say if they could have take back.
You gotta take it back,
What's up?
but it done gone bad already.
Alright.
Right, that's all.
Alright.
So for some people, don't put it in if you can't take it out.
And you don't put in the effort to make a friendship or a relationship.
That
No, I get it, I
if
get
you
it.
can't take yourself
you
away,
can't do it.
like if you can't step back,
Right.
don't put in the effort.
That's weird. Okay. Do you believe in long distance relationships?
No,
That was quick.
nope.
That was quick.
And the reason for that is from personal experience. What works for me, I don't believe in
You
it for
been in a long
me.
distance relationship?
Yeah,
Like when I talk about you, there's a person that Toronto. Like you've been
Jamaica, Canada,
True?
and then I come to Canada and it became a no distance relationship, but it crashed.
Not me going through my mind if I try to see that which relationship that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I know there are too many.
Rude. Not gonna talk about that.
Me have too much too.
Okay.
If you sit down and count right now.
Me can't count by one hand.
The amount. Okay, I'm out of here. But long distance, yes.
But back to long distance. For me personally, it doesn't work. Because I tend to be a busy person. And yes, that would promote the long distance lifestyle. However...
We never know there's a prerequisite.
Yeah, you never know that?
Well, there must be the distance, but...
If you're busy, hello. If it facilitates a long distance lifestyle,
I didn't know that.
well, now you know. The more you know.
No,
But
true.
there are times when I wanna see my person, and I'm like, yeah, they're too far. Okay, so does next week work? No, me can't take off. All right. November? No. January?
2025.
You see? Because now you talk about flights, you talk about smoke signal, you talk about Yabba Dabba Doo Flintstone, you talk about...
So it's more the convenience of that personal...
Yeah, it's harder to build in a long distance relationships. That's starting off as long distance. Work.
You know.
Them work. And because you're bi-coastal or whatever, it works out for you because you're experiencing this.
I tried it, but yeah.
For me, no.
Yeah.
No. I like...
Especially the
proximity.
You will have... okay. Because you can have a long distance relationship that was long distanced from the beginning. And
then it transition and it works.
Or you have a long distance relationship that
didn't start.
It didn't start that way, and life changes cause it.
School, work.
So I think with both options or whichever way, I guess how you deal with them, it depends on the situation.
And it depends on the two people that are in it.
True.
And the personality types, the traits what them have. Right. Like that, if you are two relaxed individuals where you can say, I'm okay with communicating this way, I'm okay with communicating this way, and I don't need to see you this way.
I'm okay with you.
One of your physical...
That's a part of it.
Yes. No, not for everyone.
No, as in long distance people... Not
That's what you tried?
Wait.
Is that what you tried?
Generalizing, but you have some people who end up in a long distance relationship and they fail or they omit that part like it don't exist.
The fact that delusional.
Yeah, the people that are delusional. Okay. So people who are intimately involved, you can't omit it. You expect the person just out there, just their nature just dead because they're not see you.
But you do have the ones that are actually committed. I'm just being devil's advocate.
True. You
do have the ones that are committed and they do nothing.
Sure.
Because it builds up the anticipation of when you actually get to see that person.
We need to Google that.
That's why they make Mr. Palmer.
Google successful long distance relationship.
You might find 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
You might have to count to 1 and 2 to find 1 and 2. But it's out there. I believe that it's out there. I believe people have the ability to make what they want to work.
For me, I'm actively choosing not to go in that direction again.
Same.
So for me, I don't. If I have a choice, I don't want it. If my heart takes me there for some strange reason and it happens.
And it takes me into another point where we can talk about, because at the end of the day, if your love language is physical touch, long distance relationship will not work. It will not work.
What are your
No, but let me finish this point though. If your love language is physical touch, a long distance relationship will not work for you.
The songwriter penned "Kiss Me Through the Phone."
They're my idiot. That's it. They make money off of shit. But if your love language is words of affirmation and gifts,
it can work.
So me can send you
Amazon and the word.
Boom boom. And me can send you words of affirmation.
Back then we never know. Well, again, just generally speaking, to an extent, nobody spoke about no love language back then. Like we didn't know these things, and according to you know, what we would have found. Words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, gifts, give or receive, right?
What are your two?
If I should choose two, I also do love personal time. I love spending time. I love to feel. I love to touch. I love to be able to cuddle. I love to be able to just
So
exist with this person.
so
in the
that's
same space.
time and physical touch,
Right.
based on what you just
So
said.
quality time. I love quality time, physical touch. But
I said two. I said
okay,
two.
because more than, I wouldn't physical touch because. But like I say, you know me. When I like people touch me too, don't touch me to a point.
Okay. Me have why you touch me for you touch me. People,
So that's what I'm saying. So do
Like-
I say okay half physical?
that's a zero for me.
Who can say half? Because when we go sleep, you know, don't touch me. Do not touch me. When I wake up, you can't touch me.
If me could have two bed for when we're asleep, but are good.
We need
with that.
structure. We're going to cuddle between the hours of or the time of 10 to 10:30, and the moment we start dozing off, don't touch me.
No, I'm not gonna say between them the time
No,
because time
quality.
change.
I love quality time.
But for me, I think my two would be gifts. I like
You know
to.
what I say?
What?
Gift.
I like giving gifts.
Oh no.
Yeah, call me a gold digger.
There's nothing wrong with liking to be on the receiving side.
No, I like giving gifts.
You do? Do you give good gifts? What's the most expensive gift that you have given?
A drone.
The one we have upstairs?
Actually, I have two upstairs.
My point exactly.
But
I'm glad I used an apartment.
like whatever. But I like give. It's not my fault. It's
The
there.
greatest gift of all
It's the one that stays
was
in your house.
given yesterday. Jesus died on the cross at Calvary. Amen. Can I get a hallelujah?
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yes.
But I do. I like giving gifts. Receiving not so much because I don't like being put on the spot to receive a gift like publicly. That's annoying to me.
Okay.
And also I like time. Time is in
Quality time.
quality time and gifts. Those are my two if I should choose.
And why not for you? Acts of service.
I like doing for people too. I'll cook in a relationship.
Acts of service, man.
Give like doing things for the person. That's act
not
of being of
necessarily
service.
expecting- Not doing it because it is something that you should do, but you're doing it from a good place
But
and
every it's the yin and yang. So giving and receiving. Because your partner can rub your feet. That's an act of service.
Right.
And it's also you receiving an act of service from your partner.
So I guess
So-
act of service kinda can tie into gift.
No.
No?
No. To me,
Gifts
they're
is like
similar,
actual
but
gift.
gifts is giving.
Okay.
But service is servicing.
Okay. The actual act.
Act of.
Okay.
That's why it's acts of service.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Alright, but no matter which way you take it, if it's just a mutual thing.
Yes.
And that's the part. There's no one or should not be any one person carrying the relationship.
The weight. Then it's not
But
a relationship.
How do you know when to call it quits?
Woohoo. Okay.
But you know these only for red flags, and red flag it has become something a staple in today's society.
Yeah, everything have red flags.
So we see you have the people who would have seen the red flags.
I have the people that who blind
Even
to the
before
red
the flag
flags.
even mounting up. You see the red flag, but let's do it still. He licked me one time, but it just didn't mean to just push me, and it just did end up too rough. And yeah, and all of a sudden man lick out your left, right, and center, right? So, but you work with it, no? So is it that? So forgetting red flags, because you have the people who blind, right? So they're not the red flag. You're not in a relationship now. What would cause you to decide whether it is mutually or just you say, hey, nah, this ain't it?
Okay, so for me, I can talk about personal experience, or I can talk about like if the relationship becomes too emotionally draining for one person to sustain, and you have attempted to try and bring in an external arbitrator or somebody else who can look at it objectively, and the person is like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing. Well, I'm not gonna try and continue being depleted. the next thing is toxicity and a breakdown in communication, where now each conversation or every conversation becomes a screaming match.
Right.
Where now it's becoming not only screaming and verbal, but more somewhat transitioning into a physical situation, because it's never okay to be in a physical situation with
So it's almost like at this point we can't even pacify anything.
Yeah, it could be about an argument about me breathing.
Yeah.
Then that's a problem. Because air is life, breathing is life. So if everything is not a problem, why stay in a toxic situation? And let's say it takes two to be in a relationship. So even if one person wants to fix it and the other person doesn't, then it can never be. And I think so.
This is why I hate when people say, no man, work on your relationship. I'm not in this relationship by myself. And I'm also not saying that, because I could be the one who's a problem too. So you're telling this person or whoever it is, work on your relationship. I'm not saying if work on it, you know, but there are times when you've been working and you know when to call it. It's good when you know when to call it quits, you know. Man, I say you call it quits like that.
No.
You'd have done your, you know, and you
due
know
diligence,
when to call it quits.
Absolutely.
Someone would just need to mind their own business and make the people go through them things.
Absolutely.
You know, because you ever tell them, no man, work on it, and they go work on it, and it's a 6 more like that. What them could I do without?
You know, me know say like you love lick, you know?
But it's lick.
Shansia.
But alright. My how I would or when I would call it quits in a relationship, I would love to say infidelity. Alright, let me tell you. Let me tell you, and I always tend to make this disclaimer. I can say some things no until I'm in a situation.
Okay. Right.
So I can sit here and say infidelity would be the reason why one of the reasons why I would call a relationship quits until I'm in a situation where love up to my head top or so, and I just can't. I'm going to be more forgiving than this person that I am right now that says I would write it off immediately, right? So whatever I'm saying no, you might watch this episode 5 years down the line and I'm in a relationship where I get bun.
Without cheese.
You know
without
what I'm
cheese, bro.
On a platter. But I'm just saying, for me, communication, because I don't tell them some more on the picture with the egg at the supermarket and the egg. So communication. If and I work on patterns. A lot of people don't know. I work on patterns.
Explain that for me.
If you and I, we talk every day.
Yeah.
And I know the level of conversations that we have, and I realize, okay, now I'm only hearing from you 2 times per day, morning and night. And then all of a sudden I hear from you morning, and you're providing me with reasons, you know, like, okay, you're always busy, you're always this, you're always that, which is what you've been doing all this time, and you found the time to do. So there's a break in the pattern. So one, something in my mind, something is wrong because the pattern has changed.
Right.
So communication, if we start from a particular way and it changes, me ever think something wrong, and then me ever start investigate, right? So communication for me, if it fail, if it break down, yeah. And the thing when you mentioned, like, if everything is a problem, when everything becomes a problem, that is it, bro. That is it. There's nothing. There's any. How do you come back from that? You can't talk about nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't. It's a problem.
Maybe you can come back from it. And this is people who say them give second chances. Like, for me, if it never work, then me not think it'll go work again. Like.
So, well, like, you don't agree in
second chances?
Double dipping?
I've done it once and it didn't work the second time. Because I've always been the person who said, just like you, like said earlier, not like you, but like you said earlier, the whole infidelity is an immediate cancellation of the relationship. I was that person. But then I've learned over time that there are circumstances that make things more feasible. Because I'm not going to say understandable or more...
Infidelity on a Monday.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're infidel, she's gonna choose it.
Or if you're a consistent infidelacious kind of person,
Right.
giving out fellacious to anybody who
Yes.
comes, then that's a problem for me.
2 times a week is fine.
But if me, Nina give you what you need consistently and know me Nina give you, and then it cause a breakdown and a little one time happen and you come and you be honest with me about it, then I might see it differently.
Right, that's why I'm saying where I'm
based
at right
on
now.
where I'm at with the person, you know? Yeah. And then that no, the double dip thing, no. If me just not believing at the double dip. It never work once and it never go work again. Like
for me, double okay.
No.
Okay. So with double dip, and I'm just being devil's advocate, or it might actually be true. I'm gonna figure it out. Because you'd have already, yes, there were reasons why that relationship did not last, right? But maybe you come to this point where you've moved on from all those situations, you've been dating, and you just can't find anything remotely close to any of that relationship, the good parts. And you're like, okay, we know why we break up, we can work on it, let's just go back and try it, and just try it from a more mature perspective, especially if those relationships were from a younger stage in your life. And majority of the issues were because of immaturity. So not issues like, let me not say big or small issues, because issues are issues. But you can identify, it's just because we were young and dumb.
I vote true for true story.
But it may or may not be true. I'm just saying, you would have invested your whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, you have to go do this all over again with someone there. I said, John, I can't bother.
Okay, so because you have been in a relationship that had all of its great moments, and now you've tried to find something and it doesn't compare.
Right.
First of all, you should not be comparing.
No, as in
everybody is different.
Yeah, true.
You in that relationship was a different you than what you are today, because you've changed per se. Maybe the person changed too.
Right.
But the underlying reasons for why you guys did not work in the first place are not diminished.
I know, but let us say the same way people truly believe in, let's say, relationship, marriage counselors or whatever. Yes, you're a person are married, but what if you guys say, all right, you know what, this is what happened, this is why we broke up, let us go seek counseling together to kind of make it work, or to get over that part, and you know, we're going to approach it from a different perspective. You can double dip sometimes. You can do double dip sometimes.
Me agree with double dipping.
Just make sure you do your research and your workshops.
The only time I go tell us I agree with double dipping is if you're a double dip without the relationship. I mean, if it's good, it's good. And maybe you need to dip and double.
But
and keep it moving.
I am a virgin, so I don't really I don't really yeah. So if I'm double dipping, it's because of the conversations that we would have. The wonderful conversations that we would have had.
And again, this is about dating and presenting true selves. So,
but tell if me didn't know the answer them, they would have not be single right now. But I feel like you have some relationship horror stories.
Oh God,
too much.
I don't know where to start. One of my relationship horror stories is from experience. A relationship that just put me in a dark place. Made me a little absorbing some of the depression and anxiety that somebody had in the relationship that I end up assimilating, and I just felt like I was unappreciated at some points through the relationship, that I would get. Not you singing my Cherish song. Who's the singer of this song? Who's
Cherish?
I just said it. Probably don't even know the song. Probably 2 lines you just learned.
Cherish.
There we go. But honestly, like talking about it right now, it just brings me back in a negative. And it just made me feel like I was just in a situation where I was depressed all the time, sad, lonely. Yeah, it might be true, but putting fun and jokes aside, it was a horror story for me because no matter what I did in the relationship, I just felt like it wasn't going anywhere.
Right.
And I was stuck in it by myself to some extent. And the conversations that I was having was not giving me any solution towards us working it out to a better place.
So
And
that's you're saying. So that particular relationship is
a horror story because of the
because
negative
of that.
place.
Okay.
So it's how long I was in the negative place for and the things that I contemplated doing while being in the negative place, while not being encouraged to be any better at managing the negative situations. Like it was a bad.
You're a bad idiot.
That was a bad depressed fool. You know.
But it's okay. At least you're out of that phase now. You're in a better place, right?
One would think.
One would hope.
I'm in a relationship. I'm in a new relationship with me since that relationship. And honestly,
no family need for rest in the front and deal with themselves for a while and learn yourself.
some of them do with themselves and them not rest them front because Mr. Palmer work over 40 hours a week.
What's that? Again? I don't know what that is. On to my horror story.
Tell us.
My horror story though, listen.
Tell us.
Should I?
Yeah, tell us.
What happened was, no, my horror story is one of them horror story that's horrific. Like,
Not horrific, horror story. Because me never know so them did a pleasant horror story.
okay, no, but for my horror
So
horror
dramatic.
story, I
Tell us now, just tell us. The suspense.
I walked into
A candy store?
the situation of the fellaciousity.
Yeah, the candy shop. The lollipop.
So I walked in and I saw it all.
You jolly? With the lolly?
You look so jolly with it, lolly in your mouth. No, but I walked into the situation.
But I thought you were Christian.
No. I walked into a room where a particular act was being done.
Okay. So, you know where I'm going to go with this.
Where? Go.
Because maybe that's why them dip and do, because you were not giving them what they needed, because you're a Christian.
Which is which is probably true.
You know?
You are probably true. You're
So-
probably right.
So maybe you should look at it from that situation, and maybe then the breakup would not have happened and it wouldn't have been so traumatic.
Anyways, yeah, very horrific in that way. Yeah.
Oh no. Have you healed from it? We can tell, and I think it impacts all of the future relationships
Every
that
time
you
I close
try.
my eyes,
You are transported back to the video.
I hear bed springs.
I can't remember. So them did vicious.
But, you
Hold
know
on, no. So them did vicious that feel shaggy bed spring sound. I can't do this.
I mean, it's what it is, and yeah. Yeah, man. Them things happen in real life.
That them not leave you.
Yeah.
That's what you call scarred.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so we've shared. Tell us what some of your
Yeah, man. No, I want to know
experiences
some
are.
of it. People have some very horrific stories.
Yeah, tell us.
You
We're
think,
open.
you think me walking in for the action is horrific?
No? Because at least you walk in on a one-on-one. You might have didn't walk into a group.
Ooh.
Some
Like-
people
like a
walk
group?
into a group.
Like what? Like reading and sharing?
Book reading group. Bible study group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Couples gone wild. But
At the end of the day, we're no relationship expert. We're two single people out there trying the same way.
and some of we out there try and can't get in our
That's
relationship.
fine. To be honest, me stop trying. Not tell the truth. Me stop trying.
No, you know what funny? I've heard this before. The people who try hard to get into a relationship will never get it when they're trying. And
being
when
stop
them
try.
stop try, let them find it.
Because
As long as they are ready to do the work when it comes to them.
all of the people them, when I was into the people them, a relationship, and all of when I was into my DM, well, one of them know, man, my single,
Them,
on not in my DM no more.
yeah, because a lot of them do the
Toxic,
work
man.
where they're supposed to do in them own relationships now.
On a real though. No. All fun and joke aside, I accept my flaws for the most part, and there are some that we're not really aware of, right? That it's a flaw onto others. You have some flaw with it's a flaw, period. And you have some flaw, it's not necessarily a flaw, but this is where you need to step out of yourself and make this accommodation, like compromise.
Oh, because one just goes
So it's not a flaw, but it's affecting, and you should be able to see and understand that, hey, this or the way that I'm operating is affecting somebody in a negative way.
Yeah, because some of us are not just unaware.
Me, I work on myself.
Some of us are blatantly unaware, and that's a difference.
Like, I need this, I have to just work with it.
Absolutely. Because they no say them problem, and no matter how many times somebody, even not in a relationship, identifies it as a problem, they are not able to see it.
Don't come tell me that this is me and you need no.
But what if you are that person, but you just can't see it?
And if I am that person and I can't see it, obviously there's something wrong with me. And in the sense that we need to stop making these things taboo as well, because there are people out there who genuinely are not aware of their
shortfalls,
their shortcoming, right? Like, you're not aware, and people make them feel bad and make them look bad. And obviously I'm not going to man up to it and own it if you're making me feel bad about it already before we even come to a realization.
That's
so
fair.
People need to stop making this a taboo. At the end of the day, there's nobody out there that's perfect. It's just that maybe my downfall it's one of your strengths. You get me? And one would expect that you would help me to acknowledge and work on it.
It's true.
Stop taboo people. You're not perfect. You're probably not can't even spell perfect.
But fun and jokes aside, people, our final one of the takeaways that I want you guys to leave with is,
if you're single and you're doing good, boo, do you?
And yeah, some of we just make for be single. Some of we are not made to be in relationships. The biggest relationship
out there, Ricky, you want to tell them this say, I want you to get married.
It's so personal.
Are you married or are you married? Because me have the problem you're not going to help me.
But what if you actually don't want to get married?
And it's also, you know what? It's also okay for people out there who desire to be by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
People who desire not to be married, right?
Some people, the
These
biggest
are
relationship in their life are the one with themselves.
I'm just kidding around still, but we have to get to this stage where, at the end of the day, bro, I know what this is. You know, so that's it. If everybody used that,
every episode.
because that is
every episode.
Mind your own business. And I feel like that should be engraved in our hearts, and that should be something that we practice day in, day out. You wouldn't have no problem.
Yeah, because some people are more invested in other people's relationship than them.
Enough we find.
Oh my God, this is a whole next episode. The people that were more invested, them in them relationship, you know, but they're more invested in other people's relationship than the one where they in. When now work.
Okay. But yeah, man, I want you guys to tell us about the longest relationship that you have been in. And if you're still in a relationship, what keeps it going?
Yeah.
And if you're on the left, why on the left?
Thank you again for joining us on this journey week after week and supporting us consistently. For those who are our consistent diehard fans, couldn't do this without you.
Shout out to all of y'all.
So like, share, comment, subscribe, and please review us as well. Give us your reviews. Give us your feedbacks. Smoke signals. Our emails at 2guys2micsconnect@gmail.com. Right. Instagram at 2guys2mics.
Yeah, right across all platforms.
TikTok, everything.
Yeah.
I'm your boy Dan.
And this is your boy Mike. Thank you so much for watching.
Peace out.